Hey everybody, this is Matt, and today we're going to talk about 6 reasons why not to be a food vendor. We all have great reasons why to be. There's a lot of videos discussing that and everything, but what about the negatives? We're going to go over those and break them down. Alright guys, number 1, inconsistent pay. Whether you're used to a salary, an hourly job where you get a paycheck every week to 2 weeks or maybe every month, your pay is inconsistent. It can vary from month to month. It can vary from season to season, definitely from day to day. If you're very used to planning your bills out and everything right on time and making sure that you have X amount of dollars and at X date, it definitely doesn't work that way. Especially when you're going from season to season. You have great seasons, generally in the spring, sometimes in the fall as well. Summer and winter can be good, depending on what you do. If you pick up events and everything else, summer is a lot of events, everything like that. The winter is always tough. Unless you live in a place like Florida, California, Texas, where you're getting more consistent weather. But it's something to get used to, guys. You get paid what you get paid, and you make what you make. Day to day, you can expect to be making a couple $100s when you go out and have a complete bust where you barely break even or something. So inconsistent pay, definitely number 1 on the negatives of being a food vendor. Number 2, weird schedule, guys. You get a weird schedule. You're working nights, you're working mornings, you're working days. It's whatever it requires. You can kind of get it the same, as much consistency as you want. You can try to put in there. But then you're going to get a great event. You're going to get a catering. Weird times. It's kind of an inconsistent job. You're not Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. You really are kind of plugged into whatever your events, your schedule is. It's going to rotate and fluctuate every single day and every single week, every single month. So your schedule, who knows? You can say, oh yeah, I'm free that date, and then you get a phone call and all of a sudden you're working. So it's definitely an inconsistent schedule, and that can be tough. Number 3, you're always working, and that's the truth. You are always working, and if you're not doing very good. You're always taking phone calls, you're always responding to emails, Facebook messages, Instagram messages. Even when you're going to places, you should be sizing up whether or not it's an appropriate venue, potentially if you're going out to a beer market or something, seeing if it's something you could do in the future. You're always working. Really, I tell everyone I talk to that the serving part is the easiest part of the job. There's prepping, shopping, booking gigs, everything else. It's all that makes it tough, is that it's a 24-hour job, 7 days a week. You don't really have a time where you are not working, and that's because you're the boss, and you've got to constantly keep this ship running, and it's on you. Number 4, guys, customer service. Now, customer service in this industry, it's better than if you were managing. I used to manage restaurants, and that was a nightmare half the time. If things weren't running smooth, you are about to get chewed out for nothing. Very few times do you actually deserve what the customer can give you in a bad scenario. Now, customer service is a little bit better for the food trucks and for your food carts. You're working one-on-one with your customer, so you have every possible chance to make that experience a great one. But occasionally, you will not have a great one. Plus, the customer experience, you can have your menu laid out all day. Be prepared to answer. Do you take credit cards 3 million times a day to where it becomes a joke? We all on the forums and stuff, in the pages and the groups, we all make jokes about, oh, what's on your menu? You got anything good here? You serve food? You take credit cards? Even though you got signs and everything, people can be staring at your menu for 20 minutes, and then all of a sudden it's, I don't know. But you meet a lot of great people too. So this is one that's it kind of goes back and forth. I have guests that have been coming to my cart for 2.5 years, and they're absolutely wonderful, and I consider them friends, and so you take the good and the bad with this one, but there are elements of it that are going to get really annoying. So number 5, guys, this is hard work. It is seriously hard work. Anyone who tells you that this is a get-rich-quick scheme, or you're going to instantly be able to take off whenever you want, you're going to be able to do whatever you want, you're going to be living the life of leisure. I mean, there's certain elements to it. Yeah, you're the boss, but that also means you got to be responsible with your business. This is hard work. I mean, you may only serve for 2 to 3 hours for a lunch, but that lunch has 6 to 7 hours involved with it when it comes down to prep, cleanup, purchasing, taxes, everything else involved with it. This is not an easy job. A lot of people get into it thinking, oh, I'm going to do this because it's so much easier than anything else I do, but it's so much more stressful and it's so much more work than anyone can possibly understand until you do it. If you go into it with that mindset, you might be okay. But please realize it is a tough job. It is not easy. It is physically, mentally, and emotionally draining, and that's the truth about it. Is it worth it? Yeah, I mean, it is. But it is not easy work. I mean, it is not sitting at a cubicle. It is not sitting behind a computer. In some ways, physically manual labor jobs are easier too because there's not the mental aspect to it. It's hard work. Worth it? Yes. Hard work? Absolutely. Number 6. And this one's kind of a joke, but it's one of those things that it kind of goes back to customer service. You are going to have everyone in the world come up to you and tell you how it's their dream to open a food truck or a hot dog cart or a food cart or a catering business or anything else. And after a couple years, man, you are going to get so tired. It's like everyone in the world's dream is to own a food truck, and they have no idea how much hard work it is, going back to number 5. And that's the funny part about it. It's like, yeah, absolutely. You love it, and I do love it. But man, you're going to get tired of these stories. And I still listen to them and I say, yeah, absolutely, man, you should do it. And just like I'll tell you, you should do it. But that part of it just always gets me. Well, guys, I'm glad that you made it through this video. I thank you very much for listening. If you like this video, we'll be making more, so you can like and subscribe the video down there and leave any comments you got as well. Thank you much. This has been Matt, and you have a good one.